Alright, hey, what's up guys? I got a request to do a ultralight frame installation video, and this is for people that want to install the ultralight frame on their rails. I don't know, some people like the ultralight frame. I know I'd like it, but if you can just keep if you just like the standard frame, there's no real reason to upgrade to an ultralight frame. But anyway, if you're gonna install the ultralight frame, I'm going to show you guys how to do it. First off, you want to unscrew the grip panel right here, pop it out, and if you can see here, I already took out the eye wires and the solenoid. Just slide out the eye ribbon from there. For the solenoid, you want to get some regular standard pliers. These are little mini ones. These are little hand tools. But when you're taking out the solenoid, you want to be sure to grab the solenoid connector, the actual little white connector. Do not try to yank it from the wires, because you can pull out the wires from the solenoid, and then you'll be screwed, because I don't think there's another way to resolder the solenoid wires back onto the connector. But anyway, just be sure to grab the solenoid by the connector with pliers. Don't try to grab it by the actual little wires. So after that's done, it's time to take off the macro line hosing. What I find easiest to do is to unscrew the Hyper 2 regulator. Hopefully you obviously don't have any gas inside the gun anymore, so you just unscrew the Hyper 2, and if you see there's a little collar right here, a little gray thing, you're going to push it in, and at the same time pull and twist off the Hyper 2 regulator. There's going to be more on that later, but the next thing you want to do is take your second to largest Allen key, put it inside the little ASA thing. Mine is blue, some of them are black, some of them are different colors, but anyway, if the Allen key will fit, yeah. And then you're going to turn it counterclockwise. You'll feel it start to unscrew itself, and you'll obviously see it, and there you go, out like that. The next thing you want to do is you want to take your Allen key to unscrew the grip frame screws, the grip frame screws that go into the body, and obviously you're just going to turn them counterclockwise, just like that. And the one on the back. And there. And now what you want to do is you want to gently pull out the cables from the gun, from the actual grip frame. Alright, there you go. You're going to put the body aside, because you're not going to need it right now. The next thing you want to do is you're going to take off the ASA right here. If you're still like me, and you're poor like me, that you can't afford to buy a new one, it's okay, you can use the stock one, it's just as good, it doesn't really matter. An ASA is an ASA. But you want to stick your Allen key in, and you'll feel it. It's the same Allen key that you use to take out the grip frame screws and the grip panel screws. So just going to turn it counterclockwise a couple times, and you'll feel the ASA come out, just like that. The next thing you want to do is you're going to need to take out the little grip frame, the little frame screw on the bottom. So just with your nails, just unscrew it from the bottom. Don't try to unscrew it to go to the top, because the ASA screw wasn't meant to be put in or to be taken out from the top. So just give it a couple turns, and there you go, it's out. What you want to do next is you're going to put aside the old stock grip frame. I just like to put the screws back in so I don't lose them in case I need them, because in case you lose a screw for the ultralight frame, the ones that came with the stock one will fit inside, so you don't have to worry about that. The next thing you want to do, I'm going to explain a little about this little rubber nub that people hear about. And it was right here on the solenoid. You'll see it on the solenoid. It's like I don't know why they call it a nub, but they just do. but if you can still see, it's got some little black plastic on there, and it was basically there to hold the trigger spring in place, so that when you would shoot, the trigger spring would allow the trigger to recoil back without damaging the micro switch. So either get some pliers and just pop that thing out like that, or you can get an O-ring pick and just go around it and it'll just come right out. So just make sure it's a flat surface, because if it's not, the trigger will be depressed every time, and it'll be like you're activating your micro switch every single time. So when that's done, you're going to take your box that you got, the die, ultralight frame, and sticky grip. Mine came in a die box. Some come in proto boxes. It doesn't really matter. It's all the same gun. And right here, you got the ultralight frame. Alright? Hopefully, if you bought it from, while it's still in the box, if the ultralight frame is still packaged, it will come with 2 additional screws for the grips to go into the body, because they are longer. Because as you can see, it's a little deeper. The well is a little deeper for the screw to go to, so you actually need a screw that's a little deeper and a little longer, so it can effectively hold on. So what you want to do, I think the first thing we should do is just put the ASA on. Go from the front to the bottom, or actually before that, I messed up, is you're going to take your ASA screw that you got from the grip frame and just put it in. Bottom to the top is good. A couple times screwed in, and it should be good. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to put the ASA on. Be sure that the ASA goes to the back so that it's flush with the grip. And if you look right here where I put my Allen key, this is called the ASA locking screw. You just want to snug that up to hold your ASA, and it should be good. If you can see, this one's not gonna move anywhere. But just to make sure that it doesn't move anywhere, you're gonna tighten up the actual screw that you just put into the grip frame, because it's always good to have a double mechanism to hold your ASA in place. I have found out that sometimes the ASAs will come loose and they'll start to jiggle around, but just open up the grips and retighten the screw inside, and you'll be good to go. The next thing you want to do, take the wires from the gun and from the body and the solenoid and the eyes, and you're going to thread them into the actual grip frame. Alright, there you go. If you can see, right there, inside. You're going to take the solenoid wire, and you'll see where the connector is. Not really that big deal to find out where it is. It's the one with 2 prongs, not the one with 5 or 4, whatever it is. It's the one with 2. So just plug in the solenoid. You feel it click into place. Next thing is with the eye wires. The only thing that Dye did real stupid was they placed the eye connector horizontally instead of vertically, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, because it can damage the eye ribbon. But anyway, the only thing that Dye does real stupid on this whole thing. And the eyes should, in theory, slide right in. The next thing you want to do is just make sure that you took off the rubber nub, and that all the extra cables fit into that little space right there behind the solenoid. And just make sure that none of the wires are protruding out from the sides of the frame, because if you pinch them, you can have real big problems. So you're going to take the grip frame screws that are longer, and like I said, if you don't get any, just give Dye a call. Give their customer service a call, and they'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry about that. We'll send them out right away, hopefully, and maybe you'll get them in a week or 2." So just gonna screw them in. The only weird thing I found is that even though you screw in the ultralight frame, it doesn't really stay flush to the body all the time. So you might have a problem with, if you get a gunshot, get shot on the gun, there can be some paint that gets inside the gun. I really haven't found a way to solve that problem, but I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. I just use a toothbrush to clean it out.